the family, and they had when Sandy was young, this guy had promised Sandy, "Would you come out to California, to Los Angeles, and I'll take care of, and you can visit us or something." So she always had that in her mind that she wanted to someday go to Los Angeles. So when she graduated high school, they were given $20. That's all, $20. And they had their thumb, and they hitchhiked to Los Angeles.
Can you imagine?
Now, it was at a time when many people, different times. There were a lot of people hitchhiking, I imagine. There was a lot, it was the beginning of the Depression.
How many?
She had to, and people would pick them, sometimes people would pick them up and feed, take them for meals, and even put them up overnight or something.
2 weeks to get out there?
I have no
never
idea.
known
Never
how long
gotten
it
that
was.
story. Never, unfortunately, and it's too late now, right? Now, there's so many stories I never ever got.
So how?
So anyway, and she says once they got a ride with 2 guys, and she says she just never got a feeling about it after they said maybe they stopped the car and they got out somewhere, but that's the only stories I really remember hearing. So they got to Los Angeles, and they looked up their neighbor who used to live across the street from them, who was Abraham Aronson. And they looked him up, and he was there with a couple of his sons that had also come from California. And that's how my mother met my father, because
I thought they just happened to meet at the same store.
No. So then he worked at May Company then.
Right.
And actually, when Sandy and my mom first got to Los Angeles, they lived in a place called the Hamburger Home, which was a Jewish organization for a house for women who didn't have a place to live. People who were, for whatever the reason was, and they lived there. And Sandy then got a job as a housekeeper with somebody, and she lived in that person's house, so she could earn some money. And my mother went out and looked for day work, selling. So she would go to May Company and to Broadway and to Bullock's and to all those stores downtown. And my father would try and get her on at May Company all the time, because he had, he worked there and he had a tiny bit of pull, not a lot. And so my father tells the story, because they lived across the street when they were growing up, that he used to push my mother in a baby carriage. That one you may have heard already. Yeah.
Your father?
My father pushed because they're 5 years. My father was 5 years old when my mother was born.
Back in Chicago.
In Chicago.
She's not in a baby carriage.
No. In Los Angeles. Not in Los Angeles.
Maybe had her hands full. Right. Hitchhiking with Shirley, but Shirley's older. But
anyway, so that's so then they met and they fell in love and.
What? How did?
But you didn't explain.
Actually, my Aunt Sandy dated Uncle Mike for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so they went to L.A. because Sandy had it in her head that she was going to go to L.A.
They wanted to go to
Because somebody, when she was younger, had said, "You can come to California."
Yeah. So they actually went and they found those. I mean, they went to that person's house, and he didn't want to have anything to do with them anymore.
So then they found the Aarons.
Right.